Hello, Yertle, how are you today? You're looking good. And you guys look good too. Today we're going to finish our story about Yertle the Turtle. Next week is a special Sunday in the church. It's Palm Sunday, and we won't be doing our Sunday school series, but there will be some other Sunday school lessons that will be available for you to see that Reverend Darrow has put together. So we're going to not be together for a couple of weeks, and then after Easter, we'll be back together again. But right now, Yertle is sitting here, and it's kind of interesting. I'm just thinking about the crafts because they're always lots of fun. And in your bag, you're going to see that you have some egg cartons cut up. Good grief. What are those going to be for? Well, you'll find out. Miss Kathy will keep you going on those. And I really think they're really fun craft that you're going to do. Now, Yertle the Turtle isn't very nice as well. He's kind of being mean to all those other turtles, and that turtle Mac on the bottom is having a really hard time because Yertle is being very selfish and he wants to be king and he doesn't care about anybody else. That's not being very nice, is it? No. Well, we'll have to listen to the story and see what happens. But before we do that, our friend Max is back, and he's been telling me how great you've been doing with your singing of this new song, and I really like this song. It's got some good words and a good tune in it. So Max, how about they sing it again today? And I'll move Yertle, okay, because he's kind of in your way.
So follow along on the screen with the words. There's our note right there. Small things count, so Jesus said. Cups of water, crumbs of bread. Small things done because we're kind. Count as big things in God's mind. Small things make the big things grow. Grains of yeast inside the dough. Puffs that fill a big balloon. Notes that make a happy tune. Every hair that's on your head, every sparrow, Jesus said. God takes care of, counts and knows. God loves us from top to toes. Great singing. Happy Easter.
Hello, my name is Miss Eleanor, and I read some stories to you last week. And if you remember, I read the Tower of Babel from this little Bible. And I also read the very first part of our story for the week, Yertle the Turtle, by Dr. Seuss. And if you remember, Yertle the Turtle, he was king of the pond. And he wasn't very happy being king of the pond. He wanted to be king of everything. And so he decided that he was going to ask all the little turtles in the pond to climb up on each other and make a big high stack so he could see everything. But if you remember, there was a little turtle at the very bottom who wasn't very happy. So today, we're going to see what happens to little Mac. Then again, from below, in the great heavy stack, came a groan from that plain little turtle named Mac. Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below, we are feeling great pain. I know up on top, you are seeing great sights, but down at the bottom, we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it. Our shells are all cracked. Besides, we need food. We are starving, groaned Mac. You hush up your mouth, howled the mighty King Yertle. You've no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule from the clouds, over land, over sea. There's nothing, no nothing, that's higher than me. But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise. Up over his head in the darkening skies. "What's that?" snorted Yertle. "Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Yertle the King? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can and I will. I'll call some more turtles. I'll stack 'em to heaven. I need about 5,607. But as Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand and started to order and gave the command, that plain little turtle Mac below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mac, decided he'd taken enough, and he had, and that plain little lad got a little bit mad, and that plain little Mac did a plain little thing. He burped, and his burp shook the throne of the king. And Yertle the Turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air and the birds and the bees, the king of a house and a cow and a mule, well, that was the end of Turtle King's rule. For Yertle the king of all Salaman Sond fell off his high throne and fell plunk in the pond. And today the great Yertle, that marvelous he, is king of the mud. This is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be. And thank you for listening today.
Thank you, Miss Eleanor. That Yertle the Turtle, I don't know, he's an interesting fellow, isn't he? So, the body prayer includes parts from our eyes, our ears, our nose, and our mouth. And Miss Sue is going to lead you in our body prayer right now.
So if we could finish with our prayer this morning, starting with our eyes. You ready? It's hard to fold. God be in my eyes and in my seeing. God be in my ears and in my listening. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. And God be in my heart and in my loving. Amen.
Good morning or afternoon or evening, boys and girls. Good to see you again. And this week we've still been talking about good old Yertle the Turtle. And this week we're going to do another craft. This one we are going to need four turtles instead of 200. And I've already made 3 of my turtles. And you will find, in your bag, you've got a little bag that has pieces of foam and some googly eyes in it. And so that's what I've used to make these guys, and we'll do one together right now. So the 4 pieces that you've got, you just need to cut it out to make it kind of look like feet and a head. So I'm cutting all 4 of my legs together. It's just easier to just do it once. And the head. Not sure what I'm doing with the head. You can cut it any shape you like. Now you'll notice I've colored mine. When you get yours, they're just plain, the same as any old egg carton you get. Your package has 4 of them. I used a crayon to color mine. You could use a marker or paints or anything you like. Crayons were real easy. And I used a glue stick to put on their legs. So I just put some blobs on there and 2 legs on one side. Well, that's his head. 2 legs on one side and 2 legs on the other side. Just a whole bunch of glue on there. This is one of those cases where it doesn't matter if you put lots of glue. And my head, I need googly eyes. There's a whole bunch of googly eyes in your bag. Hopefully there's even more than you need. And so on his head, I'm going to put 2 eyes. And I am going to glue him onto one end of him. If you wanted to, if you had some left over, you could cut a little tail and stick it on the back side. That would be fun if you did that. I'm not going to bother right now. And so we've got 4 turtles. And we're going to stack them on top. And there's poor little Mac on the bottom. And number 2. And number 3. And big old King Yertle the Turtle sitting on top, squashing the rest of them. As simple as that. And in your package, you're getting 4 of the little egg carton things. If you wanted to make your stack higher, I'm sure you have egg cartons kicking around the house, or you can ask Mom to save the next one, and you can cut out some more and make your stack as high as you like. And I hope you enjoyed that craft, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about Yertle the Turtle. And we'll see you next time. Bye, boys and girls.
So, I, in one way, feel a little sad for Yertle because now he's just sitting on his own rock, but he's thinking about other people, and that's a good thing that we need to do, don't we? Yes. So I hope you enjoyed the story of Yertle the Turtle. It is one of my favorites of Dr. Seuss's. If you remember, next week we have Palm Sunday, and it's not going to be about Dr. Seuss next week. Reverend Darrow has a fun thing that he and his wife have done for Palm Sunday for you, and I think you'll really enjoy that. So make sure you stay tuned in next week. But Max is here, and we are going to do our song, Like a Rock, again. Max?
Hey everybody. Okay, let's all sing along. And if you're not singing, Miss Larry has the actions for the song as well. So let's all do this together. 1, 2, 3. Like a rock, God is under our feet. Like the starry night sky, God is over our head. Like the sun on the horizon, God is ever before. Like the river runs the ocean, our home is with God evermore. Happy Easter, everybody!
Happy Easter!
On the faraway island of Salamasond, Yertle the Turtle was king of the pond. A nice little pond. It was clean, it was neat. The water was warm, there was plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need, and they were all happy, quite happy indeed. They were, until Yertle, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. "I'm ruler," said Yertle, "of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me." With this stone for a throne, I look down on my pond but I cannot look down on the places beyond. This throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher, he said with a frown. If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be! What a king! I'd be ruler of all I could see. So Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand, and Yertle the Turtle King gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to his stone, and using these turtles, he built a new throne. He made each turtle stand on another one's back, and he piled them all up in a 9-turtle stack. And then Yertle climbed up. He sat down on the pile. What a wonderful view! He could see most a mile. All mine, Yertle cried. Oh, the things I now rule. I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a house, and what's more beyond that, I'm king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Yertle the Turtle. Oh, marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. And all through that morning, he sat there up high, saying over and over, "A great king am I," until long about noon. Then he heard a faint sigh. "What's that?" snapped the king, and he looked down the stack, and he saw at the bottom a turtle named Mac. Just a part of his throne, and this plain little turtle looked up and he said, "Beg your pardon, King Yertle. I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, your majesty, please?" "Silence!" the king of the turtles barked back. "I'm king, and you're only a turtle named Mac." You stay in your place while I sit here and rule. I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a house, and a bush, and a cat. But that isn't all. I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher, his royal voice thundered. So pile up more turtles. I want about 200. Turtles! More turtles! He bellowed and brayed. And the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came. They obeyed. From all over the pond, they came swimming by the dozens. Whole families of turtles, with uncles and cousins. And all of them stepped on the head of poor Mac. One after another, they climbed up the stack. Then, Yertle the Turtle was perched up so high, he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. "Hooray!" shouted Yertle. "I'm king of the trees! I'm king of the birds, and I'm king of the bees!" I'm king of the butterflies, king of the air. Ah me, what a throne, what a wonderful chair. I'm Yertle the Turtle. Oh, marvelous me! For I am the ruler of all that I see. Then again from below, in the great heavy stack, came a groan from that plain little turtle named Mac. Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below, we're feeling great pain. I know up on top you are seeing great sights, but down at the bottom, we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it. Our shells will all crack. Besides, we need food. We are starving, groaned Mac. You hush up your mouth, howled the mighty King Yertle. You've no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule from the clouds, over land, over sea. There is nothing, no nothing, that's higher than me. But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise, up over his head in the darkening skies. What's that? Snorted Yertle. Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Yertle the King? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can and I will. I'll call some more turtles. I'll stack 'em to heaven. I need 'bout 5,607. But as Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand and started to order and give the command, that plain little turtle below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mac, decided he'd taken enough, and he had. And that plain little lad got a little bit mad. And that plain little Mac did a plain little thing. He burped, and his burp shook the throne of the king. What's that? And Yertle the Turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air and the birds and the bees, the king of a house and a cow and a mule. Well, that was the end of the Turtle King's rule. For Yertle, the king of all Salamasond, fell off his high throne and fell plunk in the pond. And today, the great Yertle, that marvelous he, is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles, and maybe all creatures, should be.